Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Caspersight. How the devil are you? Mate, I'm super excited to play this one, mate. To play this video. Absolutely. 10 guilty teenage convicts reacting to life sentences. You messed up! You're going to jail, jail. Have you anything to say? Yes, Your Honor. You can go to hell. I know it's totally different, but I'm looking forward to it. I like these types of things where you see raw reactions of people. All right? Do you know what I mean? Raw reactions. Anyway, it's called 10 Guilty Teenage Convicts Reacting to Life Sentences, and the channel is Top Extract. Make sure you go over there, mate. Make sure you go over there, spread the love, subscribe, and do the thing. I don't know what the thing is, but you can do it. Without further ado, diddly day. Let's do this. Mate, I just wanted to say there's a small part in this video where I get a little bit over the top. All right, I'm apologizing in advance. Okay, the language and that. It's just something that taps and burns. Okay, let's watch the video.
When you're a teenager, your life has barely begun. You're still learning how to live your life. Well, imagine having the rest of your life torn away from you and spending the rest of your life in a prison cell. Imagine your reaction to the moment that judge takes away your life in the bang of a gavel. Well, we're going to see what that is exactly like right now as we dive into...
He just looks like a convict, doesn't he? Let's be honest. He looks like a convict. He looks like someone from bloody... What, those hills have eyes? Doesn't he?
10 teens reacting to life sentences.
Let's go!
This first convict, known as Nicholas Lindsay, was actually too young to receive a life sentence when he was first handed into the police, but upon his resentencing, he was met with life behind bars. When the judge reads out this sentence, Nicholas just sits there, grinning, showing zero lack of remorse for...
Because you're so damn cool, mate, aren't you? You're so bloody cool. Well, you're not going to be cool when you're in that cell. Getting done up the... Whatever, mate.
...his crimes. His mother walks out and just says it is what it is.
There is no indication that this type of violent behavior will stop.
Criminal history and odds of rehabilitation must be considered before life without parole is imposed.
The court has significant doubts about the defendant's potential for rehabilitation.
His mom said little when it was over.
See, that's the hardest thing about it. It's the parents, mate. The parents. I mean, I've got 2 kids. And if any of them, like, that happened to any of them, oh my God. Oh, mate. It'd be just soul destroying.
What the judge ordered, so that's what it is. It is what it is.
But Lindsay actually grinned when the judge read his ruling. The lack of remorse not lost on David Crawford's daughter, Amanda.
Justice was served, and I'm glad it's over. And it just kind of proves to me that he's an animal as he sat there smiling.
This next teen receives...
How can you sit there and smile, mate? Hey? Oh, man. I'm gonna get so much street cred for this. No. You're gone. That's right, motherfucker, you're gone.
His sentence for starting a fire that killed an innocent teenager.
Oh.
A stupid mistake which cost an innocent life and ruined another. You could tell by the way this teen is reacting that he completely regrets his stupid decision and even starts praying as he cries. His mistake is one to learn from.
Shows that there is something said significant and intentional in immediately starting another fire in the living room.
I agree with the family. I hope you die in prison as well.
Damn! That was for from the judge, is it? So he started a fire and somebody got killed. Oh, mate, he must be thinking, like, what the... Isn't that such a scary thing, though? Isn't that such a scary thing, where you do something at that moment in time, quite innocently, but not innocently, but just something stupid. You know, you just go, oh, fuck it, let's make a fire. And you don't realise that moment, you've now started that ticker, the timer. Timer's going. Somebody's going to die. And your whole life is on that path. And now it's just detoured. Like, isn't that so crazy?
Dylan Shoemaker is someone we've covered before, but this story is so intense that I thought I'd share it again. Dylan is being sentenced here for the murder of a sweet innocent baby.
Oh, fuck, no. Oh, God. No. Oh, shit, man. Oh, no, 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 no. I hate hearing that. I hate hearing that.
Girlfriend's child, and when the court day comes, he tries to plead that he didn't mean to kill the child, despite the fact that the baby was beaten to death.
Oh, you little fucking prick! I fucking hate that, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You little... What are you? Oh, God! Mate, I'm sorry about getting emotional, but I hate stuff like that. I hate it. Just hearing anything like that, and it really, really upsets me.
Plot to win over the jury didn't work, and he is serving his life sentence.
15 years to life.
I can't take back what was done. I wish I could. I would give my life for Austin.
Yeah, well, fuck off back into prison then, you... Man, I'm sorry.
I loved him a lot.
Austin Smith was completely defenseless. That's a given. But there were other dynamics at work there.
Austin, Ashley, I really didn't. You really think I did this? I didn't mean to hurt him.
He was actually caught by the judge for actually trying to text his mother saying that he hopes the jury will feel sorry for him and that he's going to cry on purpose to try and lower his sentence.
Oh, what an evil, evil mother chucker. Evil. I just, like, there's people out there like that. There's people out there in the world like this.
That on July 23rd, 2013, in a phone call to your mother from the holding center, you stated, and I got a quote from the court reporter, "I am a 16-year-old blonde. Probably all I have to do is cry in front of the jury, and they're going to feel sorry for me." And
Philip Chime looks like an innocent...
Wow. Wow. So separated from anything.
High school student, but he is anything but that. He is actually in court for murdering his teacher. The teacher was actually only 24 years old, which is extremely young for a teacher.
Jesus. Wow. What grade did she give him? Like, what did she do?
She was just starting her life up when it was taken away from her in a blink of an eye. Philip was sentenced to life, and here's his reaction.
Philip Chisholm, on indictment number 2013-1446001, the jury, having returned a verdict of guilty of murder in the first degree on deliberate premeditation and extreme atrocity and cruelty, you will hearken to the sentence the court has awarded against you. The court, having duly considered your offenses, it is hereby ordered that you be committed to the Department of Youth Services until the age of 21, and furthermore committed to the Massachusetts Correctional Institution at Cedar Junction for the period of not less than 25 years and not more than life, and that you stand committed in execution of this sentence.
Jodi Arias is the first...
Jeez. It's just horrifying, this, mate. It's bloody horrifying. It really is. You know? I know I take the piss and stuff and have a laugh, but this is horrifying, mate. This is like... What the worst thing is the family members and friends. That's not the worst thing, but that's what people forget sometimes, you know?
First female on this list. She was being sentenced for the murder of her ex-boyfriend. Her boyfriend was actually famous for saying these disturbing words to his friend. "Don't be surprised if one of these Sundays I don't show up and you find me dead in some place." Well, that's exactly what happened before she was sentenced to life in prison. She actually killed her ex-boyfriend just like he said she would.
But I had to fight for my life just like I did on June 4th, 2008, because I realized how selfish it would be for me to escape accountability for this mess that I've created. I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters, several nieces and nephews, a mom, a dad, 8 aunts, 9 uncles, over 20 cousins that I've grown up with, as well as countless friends, all of whom would suffer greatly if I took my own life or if I allocated and begged for the death penalty and then got it. The most important thing I want to say is that I am very sorry for the enormous pain that I've caused the people that love Travis. I'm horrified because of what I did, and I wish there was some way I could take it back. Court fine.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice, love. Yeah, I can really hear it in your voice. If I was the judge, I'd be like, what? Can you at least act a little bit?
The defendant has no prior criminal history. The defendant has family and community support. The defendant has mental health issues. The court has also considered the defendant's childhood background. The court finds the mitigation presented is not sufficiently substantial to call for leniency and that a natural life sentence is appropriate. It is ordered the defendant shall be incarcerated in the Department of Corrections for the rest of her natural life with no possibility of parole.
This teenager freaks out.
Oh man, imagine hearing those. And also, imagine the judge. Yeah? I mean, think about the pressure that you've got as a judge to sort of give that. Like, you've got the power to change somebody's life like that. That's tough. That's tough.
Out after he is sentenced. The defendant freaks out, cries in court, and begs the officers not to take him away, showing that he at least has some sympathy.
Hang on, what did he do? What did he do? Sorry. 1 second.
Possibility of parole.
This teenager freaks out after he is sentenced. The defendant freaks out, cries in court, and begs the officers not to take him away, showing that he at least has some sympathy for what he did.
Oh man, the confusion in you. Like for that kid there, I can see. Like he's, you can tell he is. He's so like he didn't, whatever he's done, he didn't mean to do it or whatever. You know, he's confused. He's scared. He looks like he's like, what sort of world am I living in now? What nightmare am I about to just jump into? Freaking out, mate. Freaking out. I would.
18-year-old Fernando Salgado begs to get to go home.
This next teen was sentenced to life in prison.
Life? What?
After he and his girlfriend robbed and killed an elderly lady. The robbery apparently went wrong, and while trying to escape, the teen shot and killed the woman, who was completely defenseless.
An elderly lady? What the hell, man? Come on now. An elderly lady? Doesn't matter who it is, mate, but an elderly lady? You killed an elderly lady?
The teen just sits and smiles as his life is being taken away from him. He's also seen actually falling asleep at one point during the sentencing.
Oh God.
With a chuckle, a laugh, and yawn after yawn, David Moses acted strangely at his sentencing this morning, appearing to fall asleep in his chair not once, but twice. Suffered physical, verbal, and emotional abuse growing up, leading to a lengthy criminal history, including sexually...
See, I'm not going to give this guy any excuses, right? But, you know, as you grow up, that's like in my opinion, that's the foundation, that's the roots of what you're going to end up like in the future. A lot of the time, like, people can rise above all of these things and sort of like choose their own paths and stuff like that. But if you're brought up in that sort of environment, that's all you know, and that's all the affection you know, and that's how you express yourself, because that is what you've been taught from day one. So it's like, that's why we gotta have like good parents. We gotta have good parents.
Assaulting his sister, then a developmentally disabled cousin, and 7 other children while he was in a group home. While Sessions' family said they hope to one day see her again in heaven, Moses' attorney asked the judge for hope as well, in the form of a possibility for parole.
To give him that hope for the next 25 years, that he may have an opportunity to be returned to society.
Instead, the judge sentenced Moses to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Yeah!
And that's in the penitentiary for the rest of his life.
See you later! Cheers,
TJ
mate.
Lane was convicted for killing 3 of his fellow.
I've seen his face. I've seen this guy's face before. Like, you can tell, can't you, that this guy is going to be a complete and utter cockhead, can't you? Look at him. Look at him.
High school students, which makes him a very young serial killer. He has absolutely no remorse for his crimes, and he was of course sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. And when he was being sentenced, he wore a white t-shirt with the word killer painted across it, showing
"Oh yeah, 'cause you're so cool, man, you're a killer!" Knobhead.
And how sick and twisted this teenager really is.
Nick is a very kind and loving.
This kid just wants to be in a book. Do you know what I mean? He wants to be he wants to be a film. What a knob! What a knob! They're never going to make a film out of you, mate. They're never going to make a film out of you. Go home. Go home. You can't go home. You're going to bloody jail, mate.
Why would you want to hurt him? You don't know kind. You're evil. I will have...
See, don't like when you say you're evil to somebody like that they like that. They're like, "Oh yeah, cool. I've been labelled as evil." No, don't. Just call him something which is so insignificant. Yeah, that's what you should do. Just don't give them any label, because that's what they want. Is they want labels.
I have to eventually forgive you. Otherwise, you will haunt me. You will never, ever be in my thoughts after this. Never. My family will move on, not you. You have ruined your life, not to mention Adam's. Even gave you a ride. Nick even gave you a ride from school. That someone tried to kill 5 people, and all they did was want to go to school.
TJ also escaped prison a year after his sentencing with another inmate who was actually captured.
19-year-old TJ Lane escaped from the Allen County Correctional Center in Lima, Ohio, and a massive search is underway for Lane and 45-year-old Clifford Opperud. Lane was serving 3 life sentences for the February 2012 murders of 3 students in Chardon High School, east of Cleveland. Witnesses said he just walked into the crowded cafeteria that morning and started shooting.
He was just dead silent the entire time. Didn't say anything before.
This next teen actually killed his great-grandmother with a hatchet with one of his friends.
What? He killed his great-grandmother with a hatchet? What is going on in this world, mate? What is bloody going on in this world? Hey? What happened about throwing eggs and flour at a house?
Which is extremely disturbing. The teen was of course sentenced to life in prison and responds by saying that the news like to twist a lot of things around. He was still sentenced and found guilty.
He showed varying emotions in court, at times wiping tears from his face. Then Barbeau smirked and shook his head when the prosecutor spoke. He read only a few words from his own statement.
There's a lot going around said by the news, DA, and many other people, that I'm a cold, heartless, careless killer. And that's not true.
Bye.
Instead of starting his freshman year in high school, 14-year-old Antonio Barbeau will go to prison.
This next video is very famous for showing a teenager who almost starts laughing when he is sentenced for killing a 23-year-old. The mother of the victim is in tears and is so choked up she can't even speak.
Fucking hell! God damn it! The poor families, mate. The poor bloody families. There should be more, like, aftercare. I don't know how much aftercare there is for families and stuff like that, but there should be more, man. Because I know somebody that lost his... Well, it was the parents. They lost their son, and it wasn't through murder or anything, right? Unfortunately, this kid, I don't want to go into it, but they lost their son. And he was like about 16. They changed. And you naturally would. They changed straight away. Like, you know? Their whole life just changed. And seeing them what they were like before and then what afterwards. It's so upsetting to see. So upsetting. So upsetting.
To the jury, as his sister has to stand in for her. The only words the teen has to say for himself are these.
As a mother shed tears for her son, shot and killed by Wright.
I've lost laughter and love. I no longer have the hope of having grandchildren. I've lost the enjoyment of holidays and birthdays and of everyday life.
Wright addressed the court showing no remorse.
I just want to tell y'all, I'll be home soon. R.I.P. Keon. I love my family.
That's all you got to say. Yes. Thanks for
what a knob. What a knobhead.
Everyone, make sure to subscribe and turn the notifications on to never miss another video from me. Anyway, goodbye.
Thank you, mate. There you go, guys. Wow, wow, wow. My goodness gracious me. 10 guilty teenage convicts reacting to life sentences. Don't do the bloody crime, mate, if you can't do the time. Alright? Think before your actions, matey. Think before your actions. Because the judge will be looking over. And you will be condemned. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you come back to see another one, mate. If you like the video, please leave it a like. And if you're new to the channel, how about subscribing? And I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.